Hey, 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 it's Wednesday night at 8 Eastern. That means it's time for another reality skewed gaming session of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm one of your hosts, Ranger J 1999 from Team Instinct, and this is the show where we get into all Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes related news, topics, and everything else that we want to talk about. And joining me on this wonderful journey, of course, we have the cast and crew of folks that you've come to know and love. Of course, we have Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the troll extraordinaire. He will be monitoring your chat, so if you want to get out of line, God bless your soul, because Finity would be all over you like white on rice. But also joining us is, you know him, you love him. He's the government Wi-Fi stealing brown Gandalf, non-beerless one himself. We're able to get him out of prison, and he's here tonight, Mr. Grande Patron.
What's
And
up? What's up?
I'm about
Yeah.
to say, you better be there, you son of a.
Oh man, I'm here. Yes.
Yes, we're glad to have you here. What's new in your world?
Oh man, just continuing the grind. I never thought I would have this, but have today because of the credit heist was able to have every character at level 75 that I
Oh,
have unlocked, and I was like I never thought that would ever happen. I never thought that I'd ever do that day.
oh
It's
Lord.
crazy.
Yeah, we all have issues. Oh my
I know.
God. But also joining us tonight is the great one himself, the Smith Lord, Smithy D, all the way from England. Smithy D, what's up, pimp?
Yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
How's
What's new in
things?
what's new in your world? How's life in the clean world?
It's all right. Just chilling. Just been playing a bit of Modern Warfare.
Mm,
Just hurting some people and that.
that's right.
Um, yeah. Then just work on a video tomorrow.
That's
Pretty
right.
much normal.
But same old from Smithy D. And of course, the lightsaber builder extraordinaire himself, Sir Loki, is here with us. Sir Loki, what's going on, Padre?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you doing?
What's new in your world, my friend?
Uh, Nothing much. Just kind of waiting for new content. Lightsaber building. I'm got a couple of parts in today, so I'm gonna start my next build, which is gonna do General Kenobi's lightsaber from I believe.
From which
So
one?
this should be episode 3
Episode
from
3. Revenge of the
yeah.
Sith. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, we wait on bated breath to see that. I cannot wait. So, we are going to get the show started. I'm getting Grande a little bit of time to set up because he will be reading the show notes and bringing up the subjects. So, let's do our housekeeping first of all. If you we'll get to the name shout outs here in a minute, but if you have questions, get them in chat. Finn will scoop them up, and we will get to them at the end of the stream like we always do. Also, if you like what you see and you want to support the channel, there's two ways that you can do that. You can either donate in chat through the super chat button on the bottom. It's really cool. It shows you how much you donate. You can leave a message. Keep it clean. That's all I'm saying. But you can write whatever you like. And also, we also still have the donate button on the homepage of the YouTube channel itself. So if you would like to support the channel that way and donate, either both ways work. Feel free to, so we can keep putting out this great content and stuff. As you can see, we have some updates of people that have donated on the ticker below with information. So check that out there on the bottom. And you also we have the video of the week. You can tell we're kind of going to get into the Thrawn subject a lot in this episode. So we figured we'd show one of our favorite Thrawn scenes from this last past season of Rebels, and it's one of my favorites in Finn. So you can watch that little clip on the right there. And of course, we have our little Thrawn who's watching everything. We also have a video out. Uh, where we just kind of, which we'll get into, where we name Thrawn. So if you want to check out that little video Finn put together as a reveal, by all means do that. So let's do what we always do at the beginning of the stream. Let's shout out everybody we can that we can see in here. So let's see, Shadowvale's here. Let's see, Knights Templar. Let me look here. Hiro Kumota. Thank you, sir. Sean G. Our boy, the spam eater himself, Bimatsu, and Minecraft player. Who else we got? Our boy MJ, my man from Minnesota. Let's see, keyboard. That's a new one. keyboard. Okay. Oh my God. John Knopf's here. Bad Rongo. That's a new name I haven't seen before. Maybe I have, but glad to have you here. Fave Man, and of course our boy Captain Blackbeard. R. Kobe Wan's here. Let's see. Vlad NWA is here as well. Let me see who else. Victor Oneta's here as well. Jonathan Ray. Dracular Erden. It's kind of a new name. So thank you for being here, sir. Kuzman, the legend. Well, I'm glad we have the legend here. Our boy Demordian. And let's see who else. If I'm missing anybody so far. And Jake Naughton, and Echo Crest. So, those are all the shout outs for right now. Try to get as many
Dark
people
Lord
in.
represents. That's a lot of Dark Lord members right there.
Well, they're everywhere. You know, you guys are spread out like the plague. What's up with that, Grande?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. It's awesome.
Trying to take over the galaxy or something? What's up with you guys?
I don't know.
Well, we're glad to have you, dang nabbit. Our boy Ewalkin's there. Now, I like everybody in the chat to put pressure on Ewalkin. I'd love to get him on here sometime. I'm just saying.
Me too.
Him and Shadowvel, everybody put pressure on those turkeys to be on the show. They're welcome at any time, but they're always busy going to games and having a life and, you know, doing real stuff. So
yeah, the last time I talked to Shadowvel, I'm like, Shadowvel, what are you doing? I'm at the pool. I'm sorry, I can't do anything. I'm at the swimming pool. And I'm like, must be nice. Okay, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I'm at the pool. Can you hop on the show? No, it's so hard being at the pool with all the sunscreen and margaritas and hot women rubbing lotion on my body. I can't do it. I've got to stay by the pool. I've got to maintain my poolness. The things we deal with here, I swear to God. Mr. Grande, we have got
big item that we need to talk about is obviously the exclusive character reveal and the screen that talks about the live stream and to tune in on June 10th at 4:30 p.m. P. That's Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And I doing some research on the on Reddit. There basically is already a YouTube play kind of live stream set up.
Why didn't they ask us? We would have done it.
Absolutely, we would
Devs,
I would have flown out there.
EA Jesse, we would have been more than glad. All you had to do is ask us. We could have streamed it. It cost you nothing.
Interviews.
Yeah.
We've already interviewed the bartender in Cantina.
That's right.
We've done some other interviews there, so
we're sponsored by Grande Patron Tequila. We've got Wells Fargo. Right. We've got another new sponsor we're going to be introducing tonight. I mean, we're up and coming, man. I don't understand, but continue, sir.
Right,
my rant's over.
So the main thing is, do you like the way they did this character reveal? I guess we probably need to ask the crew here. You think about this in-game screen and how they kind of are doing this reveal and some news and events and upcoming gameplay screen, EA Play, and how that they're going to do it kind of live stream style. How do you guys feel about what they're doing?
Smithy D, rock and roll with it, brother.
The image, when I first seen it, I was just totally disappointed that they just dropped it like that. I was just waiting for the reveal, kind of like when you watch E3 and what's coming next, and just like I was waiting for that excitement. And I think one of the biggest things, we got the game mode that's coming, but I was excited to know who the character is. I didn't know who it was, and I think from the image it just gives question mark would have been efficient enough, just like to hide it even more and just be like character reveal at the show. I don't think they needed to go as far as to pretty much say just show who it is. So yeah, I'm totally disappointed. I think it's another great thing that would have been excitement, and I just think it's just been blown, and it's just now it's like we know who it is. I'd rather wait now for SWGOH.gg to update with the abilities, but yeah, I think my excitement on the characters probably gone down quite a bit, because I was like, is it going to be Luke? Is it gonna be Thrawn? Is it gonna be this? And now it's just pretty much, yeah. So,
I don't know about that. It could be Tarkin in a white outfit.
I mean, it could be Bozo the Clown. I mean, if we're just going to throw random crap out there. I don't think we've explored the Ronald McDonald theory yet. So I mean, it could be him.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think the blaster kind of gives it away, if nothing else, right?
Well, just the silhouette itself. That's why Finn did what he did. It was like, really. If you guys haven't seen that, we have an actual reveal where we actually put Thrawn. That you see the image on the right there. It's like, there you go. Kind of made it obvious. Finn was all over that as soon as he saw it. I don't know, Loki. What do you think, bud?
Yeah, Loki.
I agree with Smithy. I think it was kind of lame how they did it. They could have easily taken the outline of the character and just made it black, but they were shoving in Photoshop and changing the levels, and you can kind of bring out the character on who it was. So, I was kind of hoping they were going to release it kind of like how they, they announced the tank raid, and then they slowly started announcing the prize, but they didn't really let it out of the bag until like the very end, right? They just said it was going to be a fan favorite, left it simple like that, and kept the suspense going a little bit longer. Because I mean, what the EA plays on the 10th, or whatever. Or, I mean, I think it's going on now, right? It starts 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right. Something like that.
So tomorrow,
yeah, it would have been nice if they just if they kept it, if they kept it under wraps for a little bit longer, just to keep the excitement going. But I'm with Smithy. I just I'm not terribly surprised or excited until we actually see his kit, because not to jump further in the agenda, but they haven't been doing well.
That's kind of right along with it. That is the next item on is. If it is Thrawn, what do you hope to see as his kid? And that's the next item.
I mean, they've been striking out with the kids.
You have the agenda, Loki. You know what's going on. Don't be playing.
Well, that was a good lead-in then, right?
Well, that's called a transition.
Yeah. So with his kit, I know a lot of people are looking for, and I don't really know why, they're like, oh, Thrawn has to be a cleanser. And I'm like, it kind of goes against everything that is the Empire to have a cleanser. I mean, it just does. They're not the cleanser type. So
not really.
That is racist. That is racist against Empire characters. Yeah. Grande, I want you to take back that statement.
They're just How can they be cleansers? Well, they're cleansers. I mean, it's just. I'm trying to think. But I mean, there are.
The same thing could be said. Why Chirrut and Rex a cleanser?
Oh.
But Chirrut. Chirrut and Rex. That's kind of a rebel light side type thing. I don't know. I'd like to see. I'll just tell you what I'd like to see. And this is not my idea. This is from some friends and I that were theory crafting.
That's
one of them is to do some kind of AOE and change buffs into debuffs. I think that would be kind of cool because that would kind of fit what Thrawn does. Thrawn tends to analyze his opponent and then make the exact perfect counter move. And so that would be interesting to have it where all the buffs turn and it's AOE to the opposite debuff. I think that would be kind of neat. Or maybe just do an AOE dispel and everybody gets tenacity down or something. I mean, you could do some pretty neat things with something like that. So that would be my thoughts. What are your thoughts, Ranger? What do you think his kid's going to be like?
I think he's going to be he's going to be a support character. I think he's going to be. I think his kit's going to involve two things. I think it's going to be buffs of some sort I don't know damage, but some sort of buff to for Empire to get advantage on things, and also disadvantage kind of things for other characters, and especially against rebels. I think you'll have some unique abilities that do like extra damage for Empire, or he does damage against rebels, something along those lines. I'm hoping they do something creative with it, but I mean that's why I kind of see him as a support character, um, to where he can. Maybe one cool thing I'd like to see is he has like a counterattack where randomly, if somebody doesn't move, he can analyze and he can counteract something that they do. I think that would be kind of a cool function for him to have. Those are just some of my thoughts of what I think they're going to do with it, but and some things that I'd like to see added. But who knows? I mean, I never would have thought a million years what they were going to do with Darth Nihilus, which I really liked what they did with him. But Loki, what do you think, my friend?
So I'm thinking along the same lines as Grande. I want him to have some kind of AOE. What I was thinking was he would have like an AOE. I'd like him to have turn meter reduction. So I was thinking like an AOE, kind of like Jin, where he does an AOE, takes away a bunch of turn meter, and then gives all the Empire allies and himself turn meter. I think that would be kind of cool. Because the Empire to me is like they want to slow things down, they want to punish you and put a lot of debuffs on, right?
Sounds like marriage.
Yeah.
He's like, right. That's exactly what it sounds like. Moving on. Uncomfortable.
No, I was just totally. That was funny, actually. But
God.
The other idea was thinking on his leader ability. Well, first off, I'd like him to be a leader. We don't even know if he's going to be a leader.
I agree. Yet, right? He needs to be a leader. I think
I agree.
1,000%.
And one of the leader abilities I would love him to have is something along the lines where he gives or he debuffs that the other Empire allies do, they cannot be resisted or evaded. We want. Because I think that's what the Empire needs, is they need to get through the tenacity up, and if they can have the debuff stick, so it's basically it scores a debuff, it cannot be resisted or evaded for on his leader ability, so it's the duration of the match, right? Cleanser, Finn's a cleanser and he's horrible, right? Akbar's a cleanser and he's horrible. So, along with a cleanser, if you want to follow the same Rex or Shrouded or whatever and do the tenacity up too, then he really needs both of them, right? I mean, doesn't mean you're good. So, that's my 2 cents.
Smithy D, you've been patiently, quietly not saying anything. What are your thoughts on this subject, my man?
I just want him to make Empire Arena viable again, to the point where they're the team to use. I think that'd be good. I think it'd be good to say goodbye to the Rex at this point. Hopefully the Shrouded base, and hopefully we can start seeing more Empire, because I don't think Empire and the Arena really have that dominant leader, that great leader currently, and I just hope that he's the answer to it, because we all know what comes next. If the Empire is running over the Arena shards, then Jedi Luke or Bespin Luke won't be too far behind.
Of course. You were going to throw it in. I mean, Grandi, go ahead and mention Night Sisters. Let's just knock it out right now.
No, it's not Night Sisters. Come on, guys. Yeah.
No, you don't want to mention that? Okay.
No, I'm not going to mention Night Sisters. Come on.
You want to.
You already did.
I think we've kind of gone over some possibilities of his kit. The next item that we need to talk about is upcoming events and new gameplay content. Gotten a couple of posts on the forums that update when we're going to have, for example, credit heists, and when we're going to have some more Luke events. I wonder if they're going to talk about those, or if there's other new events. And then, of course, we still don't have a whole lot of information on this new gameplay mode. So there's or new gameplay content of some type. So hopefully, and I know it's been quite some time since we had new gameplay content. So at this point, not anything. Just kind of give them a high five, just because I want to play something mildly different. I'm mad on it, even if it comes in and it's slightly broken. I mean, I'm almost like, bring me back tournaments. Do some, even maybe not one every week, but maybe bring me back a tournament once a month. Right? I'll take anything that's new and different at this point. Actual real gameplay.
Yeah, I think we all are.
What's your thoughts on that, Sir Loki, as far as potential new upcoming events or potential new gameplay?
I'm waiting for the PvE ship content. Hopefully it comes, or something with ships, because it's totally lacking and stale right now. And then I'm still waiting for I'm looking forward to if you can dump the whole roster. I want to see what they're going to do with it, because they've alluded to the fact that there is something coming where you got to use your whole roster. So you and I got big rosters, and we've been waiting. So
we've been waiting patiently with the big whale roster over here, right?
And they just what is it? They increased the drop rate of mods again. So now, so I'm waiting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to farming the last couple of characters in Cantina, and I'm like, what am I gonna ever do with this character? But I don't know.
Going back to Thrawn real quick. I mean, again, I just hope you don't need the Phoenix characters to get them. So I
would be so upset if they do that. Yeah, that would be an awful move.
About Imperial Troopers.
Yeah, I'm totally with Smithy D on that. So Smithy, upcoming events, new gameplay. What are your thoughts? And then Imperial Troopers or Phoenix Squadron for Thrawn?
I don't even know what the new Flash events are about. It was supposed to come out today, and it got pushed to the 9th.
Yes, they pushed it a couple days.
Well, nobody knows. There's supposed to be an update coming today on the forums. It's like prepping for a release or something. It was the last edited today.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or consistency of what it is. This whole we don't know what it is. It's a Flash event on who? Because like Luke one, I think there was a lot in the same boat where it just dropped, and it was a maybe 1 day, 2 day warning. I can't remember what it was, but there's a lot of us that didn't have a Luke to farm the character, and I'd like to what the event is beforehand. With regards to the Thrawn, I think it will be a bad idea to do both either Imperial Troopers or Phoenix, because and it's all goodness and realistic. Phoenix goal is not realistic, and nor is Imperial Troopers to most, because two of the characters out of that are from a hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
Hard mode. And it just depends, unless they're going to say, hey guys, we're going to put them into the Cantina right now, like Veers and Bingy, and we're going to put them onto a node, something like that, then that's cool, that's realistic. But if the event dropped and you needed the Imperial Troopers, but I can guarantee you probably 95% of the player base won't have it, and there's going to be a lot of upset people, because when you hype something and you make it all sparkly, and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna need to have this, and then if you look at it realistically, okay, you can get 4 of them with no problem. You can get them from Galactic War and stuff. You can get them quite easy, but when it comes to the last one, it's Shore Trooper or Veers. Choose your pick, and that doesn't have those characters, and it all depends what they want. I think maybe they're going to do it more mainstream, because we know we've got the Luke events coming up, and we know it has to be Empire for Luke to come in to change it up again back to Rebels. That's my imagination of how these events will work, and we don't know how long this can go on for, but it's a rare event again.
Yes.
And it's not Imperial, and I'm Imperial Troopers, and it's not Phoenix, because if it is either them two, then I'd be speechless.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be like Ahsoka, and you can just bring in whoever you want. And it'll be
Could
It
also
won't. I mean, is it going to be a marquee? I mean, we have this whole idea about whether it's a legendary event or whether it's a marquee event, right? I mean, do we even really know if it's a legendary event or a marquee event yet?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything
Legendary,
specific.
but
it could be something
I hope-
attached
What were
to
you
the
gonna say?
game mode.
Go ahead, Loki.
Oh, I was gonna say I hope it's like a combination, like it's also like ship battles as well. Opportunity to introduce not only Thrawn, but hopefully he'll be a fleet commander and then ships. So there's a lot of rumors. Everybody's talking about maybe they're gonna have a mixed event with the tunes and then with like ships too. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for as well, is they incorporate ships as well, because they haven't done anything with them.
Yeah. Would be nice.
I mean, and the last thing too is I hope it's at least a legendary event, because the way they did Ahsoka and made her available and all that and not that great. So I want Thrawn to be good. I mean, he's got to be stellar. Or
agree.
that.
Yeah.
I personally don't. I got her at 7 stars, but I mean, it's kind of. I was like, why? Because the thing is, right? Again, I don't want to jump around, but when they announced the Nihilus thing, I was relieved. So she's on the bench now. So.
Oh God.
I mean, we all thought she was going to be amazing, and she is on offense. The challenge is that on defense, she moves her abilities, and it does take a user to kind of correct way.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, I think
we're ready. Yeah, I think we've kind of done that. It's ye old meta report time.
Oh my God, let's go to ye old meta report, brought to you by Wells Fargo. We'll just go with Wells Fargo. If you need a loan, throw Grande's name around, you'll get money. Of course,
that's right.
It won't be real money, but we
have basically the strongest meta we've ever seen. I mean, it's basically you have one team that most people are using, and you have the same characters. I know the percentages are wrong on the side, but you at least have almost 3 times, a little over 3 times the number of people using that team versus the team right below it, which is one character different. Mm-hmm. So it is. It's quite unusual. And then 2 teams down, you have one that separates it. So I don't feel like that this is a. We definitely have kind of a meta that's probably pushing close to 50% of what every other rank 1 team is using, and that pretty much lets you know that there's one team out there that's running everything, and you can even see that in the individual characters. Yes, you're getting some slight increases in one character or another. The Fulcrum Ahsoka is, just to kind of bring back to Sir Loki's point, is has about 151 teams being able to use that. So it's not a ton of teams that are using that character, and it's even less whenever you get it whenever you go to rank 1 leaders. So it's quite different, and it'll probably stay the same. A bunch of people just got a newsletter with a client restart. I didn't get one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Actually, I just got one just now. So we have a client restart that just happened, and Affinity tagged me with it, and we also have a new forum update that just happened just now.
All right, let's get to that. Breaking anything in the meta though before we go to that. I mean, it's Rex, and more Rex. I mean, there's not really much to talk about with the meta. I mean,
here it is. I have it on my screen. I have it up. I don't know if you can bring up your screen, Ranger, if you just went to it, but it's Rise Up the Phoenix Flash events. Jesus. It's time to rise up in the Phoenix Squadron Flash events. Earn gear and power up your Phoenix Squadron as you embark upon missions on Lothal.
Well, looks like we just answered our own question.
Yeah, to deal a blow on the Empire with laid plans, but be warned, the Rebel show the Force has not gone unnoticed. It's imperative that your squadron engage in this mission and arise victorious as a looming threat is beginning to close in, keen to ensure that the rebellion becomes the architects of their own demise. This event comes back. These events come back every 3 days, starting on June 9th, and will appear at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. player local time. Ian is counting on you. Son of a biscuit. Okay. Well, I guess we know what we need to do, don't we?
Yeah. And
we got a new $100 pack.
Millions of voices just cried out in agony.
So I got to gear up 5 subpar characters to get this magical Thrawn character.
That's unbelievable. I don't know what they're thinking.
Phoenix are now available in the following areas. Chopper is in the Cantina store. Hera is in Cantina 1F. Kanan is available in the PvP store. Sabine is available on Darkside Hard 1A. Ezra is available in Cantina 2B and in the Fleet store. And Zeb is available in Galactic War. So, there you go.
I'm surprised at Hera, actually. I thought she would be.
Hera is 1F. Cantina store. Kanan is in the PvP store. Kane is in Darkside 1A. The very first Darkside node. So Ezra is in Cantina 2B. And Zeb is in the Galactic War.
Double drops on Phoenix Squadron character nodes from 6-8 to 6-10.
I've already used all my energy.
Will excite your rise to power.
Me too. So it says Gar Saxton and Imperial Super Commando are now available in Chromium packs. These Star Wars characters to your collection today. Date. Limited time. You can buy a $9.99 pack, and you can get 55 shards of Kanan, of Ezra, 55 shards of Sabine, Chopper, and Zeb. And you can get 2 million credits, 72 purple mats, droids, and a bunch of freaking gear. All of this is guaranteed drops for $100. Looks like Grande's going to Wells Fargo here in a couple of minutes to go buy a freaking $100 pack.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
So 55 shards. 55 shards. If you bought the original packs, 55 shards would get you 5 away from a 5-star.
That's not even worth
on every one of those characters.
So
it gets you 5 away from a 5-star. So it's 6 characters. You're getting 6 characters for almost to 5-star. I have the ability to already get the majority of these characters there with the 50 shards. So 50 shards would get me everyone but Chopper. But the problem is that I'm still a little bit short on gear. I probably am the biggest thing that's probably really important to me out of this pack is the 72 purple mats and the 2 million credits. Some of the gear looks, and here looking at this gear, it's okay gear. It's not. Some of it's gear that I have, but most of it is gear that I have small amounts of. It's probably it's potentially going to be helpful. And when I say small amounts, like under of each one of these items, but some of this gear is great. I'm trying to find if there's any purples. There are no purple gear in this pack. There is a little bit all yellows. Does anybody see any gold gear in that pack?
Mm-mm.
Or it's green gear and not and not gold gear. Gear and no
Now they've been
and-
stingy. They've definitely been stingy on like the Omegas too.
and then for a limited time offer, there's also the faction pack. So the faction pack is 99 crystals. You get between 10 and 333, and it's level up your Phoenix Squadron at a Phoenix Squadron. Each pack contains one of character shards worth 10 and 330 character shards for Phoenix Squadron characters, possible characters. And they show all 6 of them for 699. For $699, that's what the possibility is there.
All right, what are our thoughts on this, guys? I mean, we've seen all this.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for a cigarette.
Here's the wait. There's one more update, which is prepare your Phoenix Squadron for the ultimate battle with Admiral Thrawn. Hold on.
Oh.
God.
Double drops on Phoenix Squadron characters nodes from 6, 7, 9 will accelerate your rise. Phoenix Squadron bundles featuring 50 of the characters plus materials and gear and their abilities. Level up your further with the faction pack.
I'm going to open up one of these packs just to see what we get. It says between 10 and 330. Let's see if it's 10 or more. I'm curious. So I'm going to buy one of these faction packs. I'm not going to buy the $100 one, but let's see what happens.
My refresh was 35 minutes ago, man. 35 minutes ago, and I used all my refreshes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so I'm reading the messages in the inbox. So the first one says double drops on Phoenix Squadron character nodes from 6.7 to 6.9, right?
And I got 12 of Ezra. One. So $6.99, I got 12 of Ezra.
That's not bad. Because because isn't like $6.40 for like 8 if you get it from shipments?
I got this from just the pack, the $6.99 pack. I just bought it. I got 12 Ezra shards.
Yeah, but I think isn't the regular price 640 crystals for 8 shards, right? So
I'm not sure. I don't know the exact math for it.
Let me tell you, if double drops are up, they are not turned on yet. At least not on.
No, because
they are on mine, but I've got no energy, so use it all.
So yours are turned on, up,
yeah.
But like where it says possible rewards, it's not doubled yet.
Yeah, it's doubled on mine.
Let me see here. I've got mine up. I'll look.
Mine shows us. It says it lasts
and
2 days.
What was Hera's 1A Cantina?
No, 1F in Cantina.
1F, okay.
F. What used to be on 1F?
I don't remember. Yeah, I'm only seeing one. I'm not seeing double.
Ewok Scout, man.
And then if we go, we have, man, my freaking messages are just blowing up.
Okay, so basically created an event for Admiral Thrawn where characters that are...
Okay, now they're saying the in-game message was wrong and it starts June 8th. So that's the reason why
that makes sense.
That's the reason why Smithy's already got it.
Okay.
Is because it's starting June 8th for him.
Yeah, and I've used all my refreshers. I'm so pissed off about
Admiral Thrawn, you'll see you've seen the teaser. Now Admiral Thrawn has made his way to the galaxy of heroes. Prepare your Phoenix Squadron to participate
in
the event. Artist of War. When and where Grand Admiral Thrawn will strike, no one knows. Stay tuned for more details. Begins June 8th, 9th, and 10th. Rejoice. The Phoenix Squadron has landed in Cantina. Your favorite rebels are now available in areas listed below.
Let's rejoice.
Let's rejoice, right?
No, not a lot of rejoicing going on right now.
Shard Shop Shuffle. The time the Phoenix Squadron will appear in the Shard Shop. Please see below. So it means they're also in the Shard Shop. Refreshed.
Okay, so I'd like to ask the panel something. So we got 6 Phoenix characters. What 5 are we going to level up?
Hera for sure.
Yes, Hera, Kanan, Ezra, Sabine, and I
Right.
would recommend Zeb.
And I would recommend Zeb as well. Chopper as being the low ball. The one challenge to this is that I'm Chopper's relatively easier to get, right? So
Yeah.
because Chopper,
Well, Chopper can replace Kanan, right? Because they're both tanks.
he can, but I could probably get Kanan easier because I have more PvP credits than I do Cantina.
Like almost 12,000.
That's true.
Yeah.
And easier than I can get Chopper actually. And I can go all in on Zeb, doing the all of the hundreds, and potentially all of the. You're gonna have to do. You got both cantinas, so you're probably looking at doing more Hera and less Zeb, and trying to get more Zeb out of the fleet store. Available in 2B and also in the fleet store. So you're probably wanting to do Hera first and then go for Ezra. Hard to make the team work without Hera.
Oh man, I just hope we don't need all 6 of them, right? Like there's going to be one event where it says you got to use Chopper, and it's like, oh well, I did Kanan instead. But I just have a feeling got to do all 6. But I hope.
But they go to Rise of the Flash events. Talks about the Flash events, the packs. And bugs. Fixed a bug where Tarkin's debuff from
Flash event
tactics can be.
It's up now on mine. Earn gear for Phoenix Squadron.
Your Flash event is up?
It's not up, but it's showing. So you get possible rewards. You get
it starts in one day.
Yeah, you get mods, 5-star mods, and purple
nice,
gear.
actually.
Yeah, that's not bad. But what do you need for it? Let's see. Battle with Phoenix Squadron to deal below the Empire levels. See, basic player with a range of levels says 80-85. Plays are shared across all tiers. Jesus.
So additional bug fixed guild chat spamming caused by the increased mod drop rate. So apparently they were spamming themselves. And then fixed a bug where Ahsoka Fulcrum would take less damage than intended from debuffs if there were more than 10 on her at a single turn.
so she got a nerf?
so Ahsoka, Fulcrum Ahsoka got a nerf.
Why?
I don't know. Can I just tell you, it would, if she has 10 debuffs on her, that girl, whoever's playing on offense or whoever the AI is, good on you for finding a way to get 10 debuffs on Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano. I don't even know how you would get 10 debuffs on her at
I
one
don't
time.
Either.
Yeah, chats are going wild.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. Chat's
going wild.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Pretty much announcements all over the place about this. So, well, you heard it here first. If you're listening or if you're watching, Reality Skewed Gamers, nowhere else can you get all of this right at your fingertips. They must have, you know what it was? They postponed it on purpose so that it would be
do that
ready.
A lot to us. How many times has this happened?
Oh my! At this point, can I just tell you our agenda went out the window?
Yeah,
this is what we're talking about. I mean, we may eventually somehow round our way back around to the agenda, but this is obviously
this is huge, man.
I mean, holy! I mean, this. If you're not focused, I mean, if you're wanting to get Thrawn, and we don't know what did they update and actually give us what Thrawn's abilities are.
No.
Down here, did we end up with no unlocked character? So Thrawn is not unlocked yet on our rosters, so we have no idea. You have no idea, what he's going to be like. But obviously, the thing to be doing, I would definitely say you got to get Hera really strong first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the rest of the team's going to kind of fall apart.
You have to have Hera.
So and if Hera dies, I think she loses some of her. They lose the ability to share a bunch of stuff. So you got to get her. You got to get her pretty high up, probably. And if this is going to be you know, we've talked about whether or not this is a legendary or whether or not this is marquee. If this is legendary, which is, I mean, they wouldn't have passed all this stuff out if it wasn't legendary.
Right.
So, which means we're gonna have to go. You got to somehow take 5 or 6 characters from 3-star, 4-star to 7-star in about 4 days.
It's impossible.
Regardless of what you do with
spend
gear,
a ton of money.
and you got to do abilities, and you got to do gear.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, we said this when they first came out. Jiminy Cricket, they gave us 6 characters in 1 month. Now you got to do 6 characters now. So now we have to decide what's the right choice for this. They're also going to be in the shard shop.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the hardest to get? Which one is the hardest to get? So right now, and if you're going to go right now, the hardest one to get is going to be the one that's on a light side, dark side node. Sabine at 1A is going to be the hardest one to get. You can only do 3 Sabine Ren nodes a day, hard side, 3 attempts. Means you're going to get about 1 shard a day, which means if you're hard shop currency, you're probably going all in on Sabine. You might be able to get, right? So that would be my first recommendation, is that you go all in on Sabine in shard shop. That's the one that's going to take forever.
Let's talk about this. I mean, this announcement with this short of time for characters that nobody's really farming or using, right? I think this is horrid. And
well, it all depends on how OP Thrawn is, right?
I mean, he's going to be pretty damn decent, right? But here's the thing, we don't know, right? The fact that, that not knowing and then having dictate if you want to even try for him to make this mad rush now to try to get characters. I'm completely miffed by this. I'm trying to stay calm here, but I'm getting more upset the more I think about this. I'm going to get everybody else's reaction first. I mean, Smithy needed a cigarette, so I think he might be as upset as I am. But, all right, look, everything we just laid out. We just read all the notes and everything. Your thoughts on this, my friend? What are your thoughts on this whole setup and everything that's now been laid out in front of us?
No, I'm also a little pissed off at it, because like the problem is the Phoenix aren't viable, right? So
that's a great point. I was going to bring that up, but go ahead with expound on that point.
I mean, it's got to be the reason why we haven't farmed them. They're not on the meta report. So to take 5 or 6 characters, and now you have to, at least I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe you just got to 6-star them. I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Did the past legendary events? I mean, did you need a 7-star character?
I think so. Yes, you need a 7-star.
No.
Well, you needed 5-star to get them maxed, I think.
Unlock. You need 5-star to unlock, but you need 7-star to get them.
The thing is, right, if it's a legendary event, you got all the shards right there in front of you, and you just need to get your guys ready, right? So, and then on the same note, what I'm thinking about is on Phoenix now, and Thrawn sucks. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Because now I got 7 characters that suck, right?
So on the meta report, on the meta report, 24 people are at rank 1 are using Edgewood Bridger.
And a Jedi
but at
team.
that point, we're not climbing, right? Yeah, we're not climbing at 1 anymore, right? We're just having fun now. But the people that are at 100 through 50, right? They're not using Ezra Bridger.
No,
there's no way.
No, this is rank 1. This is rank 1 people. If we go back and take all people rank 1 through 100, I don't even know if he's going to hit the list.
Right. So yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. I'm a little upset because picks are not great. Arena viable. You can't use them in the raid. I mean, Smithy made numerous videos on the raid. You just don't use them. So, am I going to gamble on 6 characters to get the one that I really want, but we don't know his kit? I mean, that's tough.
I mean, is this? Yeah. I mean, that's a big. You got 20. You got 22 people. If you look if you look all shards, 1 through 100. 9 people using Zeb. 17 people using Sabine Wren. Below.
All right, Smithy, are you back? I didn't hear him. Is he back?
I'm back.
All right.
I hear him.
Yeah.
All right. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Sucks.
Mhm.
It sucks.
Yeah, chat's pretty upset too. Like I said,
It seems like it really seems like a cash grab.
it does. I mean, this
I'm disappointed.
If these
I'm
characters
disappointed
were
too.
OP, or if they gave us more time, you're talking about trying to get 5 or 6 characters to 7-star. Let's say at a minimum gear level 8 or gear level 9 to be competitive if this is a legendary event. Yeah. That's that could easily take a mild pay to play player a month to do. Talking about somebody who's willing to throw, 2 or 3, $20 a week at the game. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at this going, how do I do this?
Yeah.
I mean, and I have all of these at either gear level 6 or gear level 7. And I'm going, how do I get them to gear level 9 to make them viable for us to get, if it is a
and
legendary
Omegas.
event?
I'm
not even talking about Omegas. I'm
talking about I'm adding it all in there. Let's add it all in there. Omegas, gear.
I'm not trying to get a max. I'm trying to limp in. I'm trying to limp into a 7-star Admiral Thrawn, right?
Hey, real quick, guys. I noticed if you go to challenges right now, they changed the artwork. Tactical gear challenge.
Oh, I see that.
So it's got a Mace Windu, man. He's gonna be. I don't know. I'm trying to get excited for something, but yeah. Anyway, carry on.
They did change the artwork. Admiral. Okay, so we got another one here.
I thought they were revealing the character on the live stream.
So we got another thing of State of the Galaxy on 6/7/17. Thanks, Affinity, for being on top of all this. This is from CG Top Hat. Hello, Holotable Heroes. Welcome back to another edition of SOTG, State of the Galaxy. In this installment, we will cover the recent character announcement and how we are just adjusting the character release cadence. Admiral Thrawn and the Phoenix Squadron. Admiral Thrawn has arrived to the tables, and in the coming days, you're going to enjoy some videos of his powerful kit and enables masterful strategies, probably from Game Changers, okay? During the Star Wars celebration, we teased we would be releasing 2 fan favorites. R2-D2 was the first, Admiral Thrawn is the second, closing out the series of the Empire reworks and releases. We can't express how excited we are to bring this nefarious and calculating Admiral to the game, and we hope you will love him as much as we do. Admiral Thrawn is an interesting history of Star Wars and originally a part of the incredible Timothy Zahn trilogy. He is returning to Star Wars and Rebel series and the new Zahn book. Given Thrawn's association with the Phoenix Squadron, he is opted for them to be the faction required to obtain Thrawn in our brand new legendary event, War.
God.
Legendary, and you have to have them 7-star in order to get a 7-star Thrawn. Recent addition of the Phoenix to the game and their previously lack of obtainability locations on the board. We have done a few things to ease the shards for these characters. We are breaking the character release cadence and adding the Phoenix Squadron to the Cantina earlier than we normally do by about 2 weeks. A 3-day window where the double drops on the nodes associated with the newer Phoenix characters through 6/10. We are offering flash events that have Phoenix requirements that should help you gear your Phoenix characters in preparation to take on Admiral Thrawn. Packs and bundles are available in the store to accelerate players' progress in obtaining these characters. Generally, we think that we need to break the release cadence for a good reason. you know. Otherwise, best of luck with all your holotable heroes as you prepare to face Artist of War.
If this guy has an AoE Annihilate, I'm all in, but it's got to be that great.
Well,
I mean,
We don't
put a
know.
cooldown to 20 or something.
well, okay. So you gotta. So between now and the 10th, you got to go all in until they release his abilities. Trying to be flippant about it, but it's a little.
No, be flippant.
It's a little bit, I guess, would be a good way to put it. That it will. I mean, so basically between now and the 10th, you got to go all in on and spend money on the double drops, so that on the 10th you can find out if Thrawn is awesome or not. We continue on with the path. If he sucks, we don't.
I agree. I agree.
But
and
even
look
when
at
we
your
look,
arena shard.
I mean,
and look at the whales on your shard, and look if they have 7-star already, because those are the guys that are going to have Thrawn. So
okay, so let's look. The one whale on my shard that's bigger than me. Let's go see what he looks like. The one.
That's how I'm personally planning it right now.
Okay, so there's of course I'm sitting at 6th, and the one whale bigger than me is sitting at 7. It's on these Phoenix characters. He sits at 5-star, just like me, on all of them. And he sits just like me at gear 6 on all of those guys. Does he have any of them higher? 1, 2, 3. No. Any of them higher than 4-star, and he has them all sitting about half geared. I actually am sitting higher because I have 2 of them at gear level 7 already. His Hera was relatively easy.
Wow.
Oh, this is
awful. Let's just say what we feel, guys. I mean, we're trying to be nice here.
It feels like
it feels like a gut punch.
It's another way in a little bit. And it feels like that it doesn't feel like this is necessary. And if it's a legendary event and it doesn't go into rotation, so far on legendary characters, every month you get Yoda or Palpatine or R2 or Thrawn. That means Thrawn comes out this month, probably after the 10th, after they release him, and he comes out for a week, right? That's why if you'll notice, these packs store have a 15-day expiration, which means these packs expire is when the legendary event expires. The 10th, which is 3 days from now, and the event expires 2, 3, 4, 5 in 6 days. 5. And so if that's the case, do this and they say, okay, well, he goes back to the end of the line and we get a Yoda event, Palp event, and then we get a R2 event, and then we get a Thrawn event. The cadence of those, let's say they gave us one of those every 2 weeks versus it would be almost 2 months before you saw Thrawn again. If he's freaking sick. And typically how this we typically get a good character, and then we get a couple of really good characters as far as these events are concerned. And I'm talking about if you kind of add the marquee events in with the events, and you even go back and add in some Erodium events, garbage ones, and you get a couple good ones. You know, we've had a bunch of we've had some very lackluster ones. Fulcrum Ahsoka, not so much, and so it's fun and good.
How would you rate R2?
He's pretty good.
I would rate R2
yeah.
if you. I would not rate him as top tier. I would rate him as right second below. As the second tier above top tier.
He's no General Kenobi, right?
No,
Kenobi, but he is a very good character, and he does. He is. par with some very good characters that we would have in the game, but he's not an elite character like a must-have. Fulcrum Ahsoka, definitely not a must-have. And then
So the last must-have, I think we can all agree, is Nihilus.
Agree. The last must-have is Nihilus.
So that was what, February? Is that what it was?
Well, what that means is we went through all the Phoenix characters after that.
Yeah.
We went through Gar Saxton. So then we got the 3 Sith. We got the 3 Sith. Then we got Phoenix, right? Isn't that the way it went?
Yeah.
And then we got Gar Saxton and Super Commando.
Trooper. Yeah.
And then we got R2, and then we got Fulcrum Ahsoka. Well, wait. But there was also like Bodhi Rook and Pow.
I just got another client restart.
You got another client restart?
Mm-hmm.
They've been striking out since Nihilus. I mean,
so you probably have somewhere on the magnitude of about 8 or 9 characters plus we've had 2 or 3 reworks. We've had a Nihilus, we've had a Veers rework. We've had an entire rework of I got some more inbox.
Troopers. Yeah, the Troopers.
We got the Trooper rework. We got
Tarkin rework. Yep.
And I would say the Tarkin rework is probably the best out of the bunch. It at least made him very
made his ship good. Yeah, it made his ship really good.
And the raid.
And it made him a decent raid character. But then you can also say that R2 is a decent raid character. So based on these parameters, they could realize that they didn't do real hot, right? And so the potential is that they made Thrawn really OP. And there also is the potential that Thrawn has an additional dark side ship. If you wanted to put in PvE on ships, it would be nice to have 2 light side capital ships and 2 dark side capital ships.
I agree.
So it's highly possible that Thrawn has a capital ship. I'm not even. Yeah. Ugh. I'm about to open up another chat app, and I was like,
"Oh, people are going ballistic, man."
Yeah, man. It's kind of like, hey guys, there's a tsunami coming, and the stores are going to be closed in a few days. So buy all you can now.
Good luck.
It might not happen, the tsunami, but Oh man, I'm disappointed. This move right here, and I can understand, if they were made farmable, or the Thrawn event was later on. Let's rush to get a squad that I really don't want, and then to waste gear on a squad that I don't want, right? And then to do it all in the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know, man. It's just I don't even know what Thrawn's kit is, so it's kind of like to do all this. Yeah, I just don't know. And then what if we don't do it in this 2 weeks? And then when will it be back?
Yeah, but we were,
I'm saying that if they increase the cadence. I don't even know if we're gonna do questions, Finn. I mean, I'm glad you're collecting them. But what is this? Oh, flash. Okay, so we got a flash events, double drops on Phoenix, flash events, mission 1. Mission 1, you need a 4-star Ezra and Kanan to deploy the Imperial shipments on.
So you have to even get the characters to do the flash events.
So you have to get them 4-star. Then you need at least 4-star Hera. 2, you need Hera, Sabine Wren, and Chopper. And then for 3, you need Hera, Zeb, and Kanan, 4-star. Oh, and then the last requirement is all Phoenix members 5-star or higher. Very difficult. This is the data mine from the first. So that means that so here's the thing. What about players that started went in after these events have been over, and so this is their first time ever being? I mean, if you started, there's no way you're going to be ready for this.
Nope.
I mean, I'm not. I do not personally know a whole lot of people that have started since after the Rogue One movie. I know a lot of people that started at the Rogue One movie, but I don't know that many people that started Rogue One movie. But if you're a low end player, up the ranks 60ish, 70ish, and you don't even have any of these characters unlocked, then do you no good.
Yeah.
So basically,
but then what we learned about the Flash events though was the Luke that we already got given a Luke that was already starred and geared, wasn't it? So we could have Event Phoenix.
No. But here was the deal: you actually had to have him unlocked, or he didn't even show up. This was the same issue with Jawas. You know how the last one came in and it was like 5 Jawas, but I think that if you did not have all 5 Jawas unlocked, then they didn't show up on your screen as usable.
Okay, so you're using your character. You're using your Phoenix for all 4 of these.
I have no idea. I mean, there's more questions than answers right now.
Okay.
We just got
the Luke one. They gave you.
We just got a donation from Bad Rongo.
Luke, right?
We just got a donation from Bad Rongo for $6.66.
Because
my hopes and dreams of getting Thrawn have been thoroughly crushed. Thank you, sir.
Well, the 666.
God. That's too funny.
That's awesome. Oh my God. I'm just.
So, Squirrely Beans McQueefy just said, "You guys sound like millennials, wanted everything handed to you. LOL." Well, let me respond to that. It's not about being handed. I don't mind working for something, but I just would like a little bit of notice. A chance to actually be in a position to actually try for it, not have to spend a fortune to try to get this, because really the only possible way to get Thrawn is you're going to have to spend a ton of money. And we're talking money here. Joking aside, for a character for a game we love.
We're talking if you already bought $11 packs for all 6 characters and you have them at 4-star. Spent the money to kind of gear them up, and you've spent the money to kind of level them up. I just told you I have them all at 75, which is not bad. I haven't put ability mats on them because I never used them anywhere. Now what we're saying is that you need to, on top of that, to be competitive, you're going to have to blow through all of your AP. Probably going to have to blow through to spend Cantina refreshes on these characters rather than spend it on something else. So potentially after you buy that $100 pack, you need to plan on spending between $30 and $40 a week for the next 2 or 3, maybe even more, to do enough Cantina refreshes. If you're just doing Cantina refreshes, you're getting rank 1, you can't stop your light side dark side, because you need to do light side dark side in order to go into the shard shop for the characters you already have, because you got to get. So that means you're doing 150 crystals in light side dark side, push it into the shard shop. You're doing the 3 100s, 200s, so you're spending 500 crystals just in Cantina, half on Ezra and half on Hera, to try and get those characters up. And then you're now buying 10, if they double it, you're buying 10 shards every time areas, even if you did it 10 times and you have a 4-star character. So that's 3 0. It's a ton of crap, dude. I need 65 plus 85 plus 100 divided by 10. That means I need 25 refreshes and I'm not going to get 25 refreshes in 3 days. In 3 days, I'm going to get, let's see, I'm going to get 4 refreshes on Apple. And so you're not going to get enough. And you might get halfway there just just in PvP store. So the reason why we're a little discouraged, and that's just to get them to 7-star to go in and get blown away. I mean, I don't know how about you and about on a typical legendary event, but if you throw your characters into a legendary event, you don't tend to do very well. This is a new legendary event, which means you're level 9 and level 85. I mean, just as a minimum in order to beat it. Be my guess.
I don't know. I'm just in shock, man.
So what we're saying is that Thrawn is going to be highly exclusive. Thrawn is going to potentially be, a good character, but we haven't seen his kit yet. This is another thing we need to be very careful about. So how much do you go all in until you see what his kit looks like? Are we going to be cautious and not go shard shopping until we see his kit?
I know. I mean, you pretty much have to put everything else on hold, right? That you're working on.
You've got to put everything else on hold, and you got to work it for the next 3 days without knowing what his kit is. Then we see his kit on the live stream, and then after you see his kit, then you have to decide, okay,
is he worth going for?
He's great or he sucks.
But even looking at his kit, until we get into the actual gameplay of it, it's still kind of hard to judge. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
get a good idea, but yeah.
If you and I analyze some footage, right? We could say, okay, we've analyzed the footage. We have a general idea that he's good, or we have a general idea that he's not good. I'm not. So basically, you have to hedge your bet between now and the 10th.
Yeah,
and you have to decide how much are you willing to hedge your bet between now and the 10th. Thankfully, getting them up to gear 8 is not that hard. But we're talking about between now just Chopper. So crud that's kind of hard to get. Chopper's going to need a hollow projector, and he's going to need a freaking hypo syringe. So you got potentially another crystals there. Zeb needs a Carbonti. That's another. So you got that's another like 3,100 crystals. And I'm just talking. Then you got another hypo syringe. That's another like 31. So now you're at 4,500 crystals. Then you need another Carbonti. That's another. That's like 56. So then you got another hypo syringe and another Carbonti for Ezra just to get him up there. Then you got another Carbonti on Kanan. That's just to get them from gear. That's just to get them from gear 6. Excuse me, from gear 7. And then you got a whole nother gear level. So if we go in and we search their another gear level, there's probably another set of Carbonti, a couple months. Potentially you have about 10 to 20,000 in crystals just on. You're dropping 100 on the store, and then everybody needs to go out and buy it just for gear to get them to gear 9. If you're kind of doing the slow hedge and you're not buying and you're not pulling you're going to be spending around $200 on gear and shards. That doesn't include leveling. Let's hopefully you can just do leveling from natural gain, $200, $300 for 6 characters. To me, there are very few people that even fits into their
budget.
Into their budget. I mean, and we're talking about in the next in the next 7 to 14 days.
Right.
I mean, $200. I mean, look, $200 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of
200 bucks is a
money.
lot of money to a lot of people. And what, we're trying to look at enjoyment versus pissed offness versus what you can get in the game. And to me, this maybe sort of feels like a little bit. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing here, right? There could
I'm
easily
not
be
either.
something that I'm not seeing here.
I'm not seeing this. I mean, this feels like so let's do.
I mean, are they going to do like they did with the Luke? Are they going to do like they did with the Luke event and give us 50 shards? And so they're giving us each 50 shards when these events come up, just in case you didn't have him unlocked. So you got 50 shards plus 100 shards. So maybe your farming's a little bit easier because they're giving you 150 shards.
That was nowhere announced.
I don't.
So we can't assume
Right.
that.
But it wasn't announced in the Luke. It wasn't announced in the Luke event either, right?
I mean, that'll help a little bit, but then you still have
that they were going to give us. And then I think inside the Luke event we got another 30 shards. So potentially they're going to give us 80 shards for each character, and then potentially they're going to get no, they're going to give us 50 shards plus they're going to give us another 30 shards inside the event, and so potentially you have 80 shards given to you. Plus, if you bought the $100 pack, that's 330 shards. So you're only farming potentially, if you bought all the 11 additional 50 shards of each character.
Craziness,
the freaking guess, man.
And
But I could be wrong about my math there. I'm just trying to infer based on previous experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can go off based off this is what we had to do to kind of, fly by the seat of our pants to do this. But
did I get way too Leroy Jenkins and nerdy on that?
No, not at all, man. I mean, we haven't heard from Loki and Smithy. Now that we've really gone into depth on this, I mean, let's be real. Is this worth it we've got a large community now that watches us now. We got a lot of people that watch us and are subscribed and things of this nature. My opinion is, I'm torn because if Thrawn's a great character, I'm going to have to go for him. I'm going to have to spend some money, and I'm not happy about that. And then I'm going to end up with possibly a great character, but then I'm going to end up with at least 5 characters that I'm not going to ever use again because
I mean, you can use Ezra. Let's reevaluate Phoenix Squad for a little bit.
No, Grande, Ezra. I mean, the meta report speaks for itself. The reason you don't see these characters used in other areas of the game is because they just aren't that good. Ezra and a Jedi Squad for PvP. Okay, they're not used in raids, right? Because trust me, if they could be used in raids and could be like doing some crazy damage and be effective, someone would already have done it, right? They would have put that video out and been like. And we've had people that put videos out about the Phoenix Squadron using them in different areas, right? So we know what their capabilities are. Okay, so we're going to end up with characters that we're not really going to use again, right? Unless they do a rework, but who knows? But for the moment, I'm not going to assume anything. I'm just going to assume that we're stuck with these characters at a certain gear level. We'd even talk about mods. We're going to have to put mods on them, right? I mean, all these different components of Omegas, at least some of the abilities need to be Omega to be effective. I know you want to try to limp in, but we know how these legendary events go. You got to kind of have them somewhat geared up and somewhat kind of ready to rock and roll. For a character we know nothing about, and then what's our reward at the end? Will we get Thrawn? You're rolling the dice if he's going to be good or bad.
Gear up, and we have to gear him up,
and then we have to
level him up,
right?
And we have to try to figure out if he's any good,
right?
So we're spending.
Then we have to put everything on the back burner that we were working on because other people have, things that they're trying to get done for whether for PvP or other things. So they're going to stop what they're doing there to try to get this done, right? I'm just this move by EA and CG. I don't know what their thinking is on this. If this was going to be the case and you're going to change the cadence, I would have done a change of cadence on the characters 2 weeks ago. where it's like hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey guys, you know, um, be ready. You may need this. We got something exciting. You need to work on Phoenix characters. I think it would have been positive. There would have been some buzz. If you didn't want to work on it, great. Then you would have nothing to complain about. But 4 days before the event kicks off, and then, I mean, you'll have the time while the event's up to try to keep farming. But I mean, you're gonna have to make a mad dash to maybe get 5 or 6 stars. I mean, if you don't spend any money, I mean, getting 7-star characters ain't happening. Maybe not even 6, depending on where your Phoenix is at. I mean, I just looked at mine, and I've got Ezra, or no, Kanan. I think Kanan, Hera, and I think Sabine were all 4-star. Um, and I'd been working on a little bit of levels and gear. So some of them are done in a sense that I just did it before. I showed where Kanan's on gear 7, right? Um, but now I have to put everything that I'm working on in the back burner for characters I'm working on to get these characters that I'm not really going to play with anymore after this event, right? I'm just baffled. I don't understand this move. I don't know what you're trying to do, CG. I'm reading all the chats and all the different discords and all the different things that I'm reading right now. People are furious. I mean, there's people talking about quitting the game now because of this, which I don't recommend, guys. It's don't do that, and we ain't quitting either. So don't
Let's
do
all
that.
just take a chill
Yeah,
pill
take
and
a
just.
chill pill a little bit. You can still be
I
angry.
mean,
You can be angry, but I mean, this is not quit the game over angry. Uh, let's not do that, guys.
I
Um,
guess I'm more confused than anything at this
I'm
moment, and
baffled. I don't
I don't feel
understand
like
this
I have
move.
enough information.
It's not like they're not making tons of money. They are. You can just look at their financial reports and stuff, and you can see they're doing well. So to push characters on the player base that are not good. I mean, if they were good, as you that was brought up earlier, that would be a separate thing. Because, like, all right, they're kind of forcing this
We
on
have
us.
six. We have six, and we have 6 characters, and of those 6 characters, I try to make an argument for 2.
Right. Out of
Right.
six.
Out
Out
of
of
6.
six. 6 characters that you're investing time, energy, and real money for. It's a. There's going to
The other
be.
thing is we could all go buy Battlefront. You know what I mean? What would
Well,
$200 get you in Battlefront?
I know Battlefront. I mean, good lord, Battlefront 2's coming up. I'm saving for it. Are you kidding me?
But
You know, it's just
Their full pass when the game was released was what $100, and you got
yeah,
all the season pass stuff for
yeah,
Battlefront 1. You can actually pick Battlefront up now for like $10 or something.
yeah. I think you get the basic game modes, but you have to get the DLCs.
Yeah.
But they're only like $25.
Ranger,
No,
Ranger,
it's cheaper than that now on the PS Store. I
King,
think
I want to
it's
hear
something
from
like
Mr.
£6
Loki.
over here for the full DLC, but the game's old now, isn't it?
Besides your first level thoughts as through all of this, Smithy.
Pardon?
I said, what are your thoughts as we kind of go through all of this? What are your thoughts as far as your initial thoughts on some of the information that we have?
I don't really know, man. I just don't know. It's one of them, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There ain't no excitement there anyway.
Yeah, there's not.
Put it that way. But yeah, no. It's just speechless. I'd probably just leave it as that.
Smithy, you heard it here first. Smithy D is speechless. He is absolutely speechless. Look, are you speechless, or you just have some continuing thoughts as we delve more and more into this?
No, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I mean, to be fair, I guess we don't know when the Thrawn event's starting, like the actual legendary event, right? It's the Flash event that's starting soon, so who knows when it's starting? That's the problem. I mean, but yeah, I mean, to
That's
level
fair
up
point.
characters that I know are not, they're not viable. I mean, it's just there's no other way to say it. Even if they get Zetas, I mean, their Zetas have to be phenomenal, like Zol, right? I mean, it's got to be like, if I Zeta him, he gets like 8 abilities, right? Like he gets the stealth, he gets the turn meter gain, he gets critical immunity. I mean, I just don't see them doing that though, because the trend with the Zetas right now is like, okay, you get a -1 cooldown, and then you get like another 50% on top of whatever it is, right? And then duration +1. But it's like you don't get, even if they threw 4 Zetas on like Hera or something, like, I mean, is her Zeta going to be like, well, the unique stay now after I die? Okay, that might be a cool Zeta, but they probably won't do it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's I'm confused as well. Kind of dreading it. Will I do the double drop event first? I mean, I'll take it step by step, but yeah, I mean, we have to see Thrawn's kit, because they're notorious right now for just releasing junk characters. I mean, I hate to say it, but they did Chirrut and Baze back in November or December. Stellar, right? I mean, those guys are just awesome, right? And
the whole Rogue One squad is pretty stellar.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was very impressed with that, with that team.
Yeah,
and some of the stuff they
decent,
have, and some of the stuff they have put out: Sith Assassin, Sith Trooper, Dark Nihilus, really good. R2D2's not bad. He's pretty good. He's in the meta. People use him, especially with Jedi teams. He's viable and stuff. And then you have Phoenix, which was, they missed the mark totally with Krennic. Death Trooper's a great character, right? I mean, it's been hit or miss with some of this stuff. More misses of late than hits. You have to give CG credit for where credit's due. Some of the characters they've introduced, incredible, right? Some you're just kind of shaking your head at, like, what?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, the reason why I have a 7-star Ahsoka, I got lucky on pulls. I mean, I got a 145 pull and I got like a 50 pull, right? But I don't even use her, man. I mean, it's just her kit just is not great for arena, and that's what everybody wants. I mean, every tutorial out there. Smithy D's got videos out. I mean, you got videos out. Finn says it all the time. The number one priority is arena right now, because that's the payout, right? We have to have a good arena team. And if Thrawn is just not arena viable, I mean, he's got to be like above Darth Nihilus, because, even Darth Nihilus alone without the Sith, he's phenomenal, right? I mean, and now he didn't get the nerf. I mean, wow, that's awesome. So, I mean, Thrawn's got to be like, he's got to be like a super tanky Rex, Nihilus with Annihilate. I mean, he's got to have something unique, and that's, for me personally, I'm going to wait for the kit. I might just jump on the double drop just to take advantage of it and not regret it. But at the same time, it's I'm on the fence about it, man. I'm like everybody else, because they haven't had a good track record, since Nihilus, right? The Zeta Kylo rework, awesome, right? I mean, that was great. But
we give CG credit where credit's due, man. They've done some really good stuff, and they've done some stuff that's, you shake your head at and go, "What were you thinking?" I mean, Phoenix is one of those releases where once we looked at it, we're like, "Well, this is really disappointing." I mean, there's a reason why nobody bought these characters and nobody went after them, right? Because they just didn't have a fit. Period. That's the truth of the matter. And then to say, okay, well, let's try to create something where this is what it feels like. They're trying to get these characters that they introduced into the game more, and instead of trying to fix them or something, and to make it with an Admiral Thrawn event, right? I don't know who's over there, but I mean, I would really love to have a conversation with them, like, what are you looking at when you look at data from all the data that comes out there? What data are you looking at that makes you think people that were not interested in these characters before are going to be super excited? What, because you introduced Thrawn? I'm excited about Thrawn. I think I really am. He's one of my favorite characters. I've said it on the stream before. However, when you take that aside and then you look at everything else that's associated with it, it totally gets rid of the whole excitement for Thrawn. You have basically destroyed that right now. Now, there's maybe some more notes and stuff that come down the pipe, and we'll get more clarification, but everything we're reading now, it's just baffling. And I would like to know, from their point of view, what the hell are you thinking? What information drove you to think that people would be excited, one, to get Phoenix Squadron, and then two, to have it in such a short period of time. I mean, you think that the double drops is going to make people happy? You basically told people, stop what you're doing. You need these characters if you want Thrawn. Now you have the option not to do anything. You can say, I don't want Thrawn. I don't care. But then the problem becomes with characters that get introduced. Let's say he is incredible. Now you have the haves and have-nots again. I have Thrawn, therefore I will get higher payout in arena and stuff. Tough luck for you, right? And it's going to leave a lot of the free-to-play players pretty much SOL. And then you've angered another party again. More anger comes, right? You know, so I'm trying to look at this as many different ways, as many ways as I can. But every time I start looking at this stuff and I think about it for a second, and then I'm completely miffed. I don't know what you're doing, CG. This is a bad way to do things. I'm just going to call it what it is. This is very bad so far. So far, you know, the way you're introducing this.
Part of this was you had a lot of players who who felt like they were losing their advantage in arena, who are pay to play players. This is another way to re-ante up all of your heavy pay to play players and say, hey, you know, we know that you're heavy pay to play, so let re-ante up. And by the way, we'll give you a new OP player. And potentially, if that player doesn't come around again for 2 or 3 months, then there's your advantage. Remember Palpatine and how many people had 7-star Palps versus not having 7-star?
I was one of them, yeah.
But 7-star Palp versus no 7-star Palp was a big deal.
It was a big deal, and I can see that. But I mean, if you're going to lose. Because I'm just reading chat. People are losing their minds, man. I don't know what they're saying in your chats, guys, but the people are just, even a lot of the whales in are like, what is this? Because they don't want the Phoenix Squadron. They're like,
yeah, because we also don't know what's coming. I mean, what are you going to use Thrawn for, right? Like, we don't know yet. I don't want to just use him for PvP. I mean, when Palpatine was released, right, there was stuff to do with him.
Yes.
You know, and we don't know what's coming. You know, and I'm a little worried with Legendary Event too, because, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there hasn't been a real solid meta-changing character that's come out of the Legendary Event. I mean, Palpatine, okay, maybe, but I mean, he went away pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he wasn't like a leader for a long time, right? Everybody went back to Rex or, you know, so it's like, I don't know how CG can come out with these legendary characters like this, and then their kits are just, they can't beat Rex. You know, they can't beat Rex in arena. Like, everybody's gonna go back to Rex. How do you beat that kit, right? And that's what I worry about. I mean, you look at Nihilus; he wasn't legendary event, but he's awesome. I mean,
Nihilus was marquee.
He was marquee.
That's incredible. I mean, you look at Yoda, right? I mean, he sucks. Let's you know, hate to say it.
Yeah,
Palpatine's kind of obsolete now, and then R2. I mean, he wasn't meta changing. He made the Resistance better. He made Jedi better, but you know, it's not.
Yeah,
crazy,
it's not spectacular.
Right? Yeah. It's not a Rex lead. It's not Sheridan Bays. You know, so it's gonna be hard to get away from that triple cleanse theme in arena. Honestly, I don't see one character doing it.
Well, when you found these characters that if you didn't want them or anything to use them in the arena, you could use them in the brand new game mode where you're able to utilize your entire roster.
The reason to get them up to 85 and gear level 9 and put mods on them is because we get to use them in the new gameplay mode or whatever.
Which is an announcement. So beyond the Thrawn event, with these brand new Phoenix Squadron, you could utilize them in the brand new game mode. Oh,
we know you were working on Rogue One.
He did that in his radio voice.
We know you were working on them on Rogue One, but forget Rogue One, forget Empire. It's Phoenix Squadron.
Chirrut, Baze, Jen. Who needs those characters?
We know they're better than Phoenix characters, but have you been to Wells Fargo?
Where's the ship anyway? So
the ship.
Yeah, where's the ship?
No ship notes.
I don't know,
That's-
man.
Yeah, this wasn't a ship announcement.
No ship notes. So
Is it safe to say too that all the characters that they've released from Rebels so far, they've all been subpar, right? I mean, Gar Saxon,
Yes.
the Commando,
Great
and the whole
point.
Phoenix. I mean,
Yeah.
are they even
yeah,
great?
we haven't seen a Rebels character yet.
Well, what do you expect? They didn't blow up a Death Star.
Hey, on a positive note, it's Hard Node Day, so by all means, go ahead and farm Sabine from the Hard Node.
You know what? I think we need to sort of watch something funny. We have a new
Let's
sponsor.
watch something funny.
Let's watch something funny. Yeah, we do have a new sponsor, and for everybody in chat, why not? Let's do it. We got over 100. We have over 100 people in watching this now. Holy smokes!
I've been pimping the channel a little bit around on all of my communication.
Well, you know, why don't you do that every show, fool? What's wrong with you?
Well, I was like,
prison has changed you.
Everybody's going crazy, and I'm like, hey, at everyone, we're talking about this now.
Prison has changed you. So we're gonna get back into this. So let's watch a quick commercial, and then 30 seconds or minutes so, and then I think you guys will really enjoy. We have a new sponsor. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I think everyone will like it. So, and then for everybody on the panel, you know, mute your mics and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Are you sick of having to go to the bathroom all the time? Would you prefer just hanging out with your friends instead of having to say this?
I've literally peed my pants, so I will be right back.
Then do we have the solution for you? Introducing the new Wells Fargo brand adult diaperoos with Star Wars theme. It'll be your first and last choice in adult diapers. Watch as we pour this glass of liquid into the diaper. As the diaper gets full, you'll see that the Luke changes to a Jar Jar. And when you see that Jar Jar, it's time to throw away that crap. So don't let this happen to you ever again.
I just wanted to say, too, that I peed my pants a little bit.
So get yourself some Wells Fargo brand adult diaperoos. We don't just make loans anymore, we take your deposits. Now also available in SpongeBob SquarePants and Hello Kitty themes. Not sold at any respectable retailer.
And there you go, the new Wells Fargo sponsored adult diaperoos. Someone's asking how come I wasn't holding my lightsaber? I don't know. Finn created that.
Where's Darth Vader's hand, man?
I don't know. I can
Like
put my lightsaber on right now. I don't even put that on. Pimp Loki stuff here. So let's.
That's great.
There we go.
That's a great one.
That was insane. Oh, that was insane.
Now we've seen the lightsaber. So amazing, Loki. Your work is incredible.
I wanted you to hold it while you were, as the baby right there.
I know. Yeah, that's a new character we're introducing. That's Baby Ranger, and God help me, Finn has got plans for Baby Ranger. We were in chat the other day, and he just had all this stuff, and he just giggling and laughing his ass off. He kept sending us these images, and it's like, oh my God. It's like, what do you think? I'm like, run with it, man. So Baby Ranger will be making an appearance near you here very soon. We have a lot of stuff coming your way, but hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a little bit of fun stuff. I think everybody got a kick out of that. Adult diaperoos with the Baby Ranger logo on it. Sponsored by Wells Fargo. So there you go. All right, let's get back to this Thrawn stuff. Okay. I'm trying. I'm really trying here. Where do we want to go from here on this conversation?
I don't know.
Just kill it, man.
I'm kind of with you. Oh my God.
We shall not speak those words of the Phoenix members in this video no more. Today will be the day that we grace the lands, and
I mean, look, we'll
fight them on the beaches. We'll fight them on this great land of ours. I think we're all
today
just
will be known as Phoenix Day.
So
I mean, could they give Thrawn a better kit than Darth Vader, though? I mean, really? Because Darth Vader's just the ultimate Empire leader, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
we
don't
even
know.
talk about him as the leader. What if he is that great empire leader we've been wanting, and he turns out to be that way?
Yeah.
Then what are you gonna do? God in heaven. I'm just.
You need to get your Phoenix squad to take on Thrawn, and then you need your Empire squad to go with Thrawn. Then you need Thrawn and your Empire squad to unlock Jedi Luke.
I know. Wouldn't that suck if that's how it works out?
It's the circle of life.
Oh God. Oh, Jesus. Do we have? This is just still sinking in.
I mean, there's so many questions right now that we don't even have the answers to.
Yeah.
I don't even know about how we answer questions. We did it. We did a roster review, and we'll just hold all your questions for next week.
Yeah, just
so terrible.
we're gonna have to figure this
half
out.
the questions will be like, "What does this mean?" And I don't know. And I'm looking at the questions, and I'm like, and then the first part of the stream versus the second part of the stream.
I know.
I mean, some of the questions is like,
why is this happening?
Yeah, and
I'm gonna need some diaperoos,
some time
man.
to
I know.
digest for sure.
Well, with all the farming we're about to do, you're going to need some adult diaperoos because you're going to
If
be
somebody
sitting
wants to come in and ask questions, maybe we hop in Discord and people can ask questions.
Problem is with Discord with OBS, man, it gets really funky, dude. I mean, if people want to,
No. What I mean though is we maybe we don't do questions this time, and we just pimp the
yeah,
video.
we're going to invite everybody to the Discord, and then we'll jump in there and then rock and roll.
Yeah,
because I think
with OBS, because I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel a Smithy video coming on where I'm just gonna make a like the Tarkin starter intro. I just feel I feel like a Terminator.
Good.
The part that Linda Hamilton says at the beginning.
It makes you
on August
stronger.
29th, the survivors called it
Gives you
Judgment
focus.
Day. Just
Smithy's like,
I'm just,
you want to kill me, don't you? I would very much like to.
like I'm seriously thinking right now, Grande. I'm really thinking about his leader ability, right? What could possibly be worth thousands of dollars in that leader ability to make us go buy this thing? I mean, because if you think about it, right, like Tarkin has all the speed on his leader ability, nobody uses them, and Darth Vader's got his kit. Yeah, he kind of dropped out of the meta. And then you got Director Krennic. He's got protection heal and all this nice sounding things, and nobody uses them. So it's like, what leader ability is worth $1,000 on this kit? Seriously.
I mean, think about that. What if you spend all this money, right, and then he turns out to be okay, but not spectacular? A character you're not really going to use.
Like if they took Rex's leader ability and made it an Empire ability, would people buy it for $1,000?
I'd buy
Is that enough?
for $1,000.
Because that's the only leader ability we need. Unless they really change Arena, like they do 180-degree on Arena, and it's like, okay, for Arena today, you can only use Empire Team, or on Wednesdays, you can only use Resistance, and then your Arena shard gets all screwed up, right? But they could totally do that. I mean, but I'm really struggling, like, do you give him plus 50 speed to all Empire characters?
But we already have a character like that. That's just, it's like, right? No.
So what do we do, right? You got Darth Nihilus. He gives health steal and like 150% offense. It's still not enough.
Well, they could give him the I win button. What's this button do? It says I win. Well, what does that mean? I win. What's the name of this game? I win.
I'm just watching the Terminator 2 opening scene. I'm thinking this is going to be great. Just like make something good out of this.
Dun 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 dun. In a world gone mad, one man stands alone against the Phoenix Squadron. Smithy D. Dun 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 dun. Come with me if you want to live and play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Ah!
Wait, I could just see it now. Do you know the part when she says when 3 billion human lives, and then she goes on. Now they face a new nightmare. Then it just cuts to the Phoenix.
Dun 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 dun.
I reckon they're good.
Yeah. You will get the Phoenix Squadron. They'll be very good. You will take them and you will crush them. Oh, okay. So I think we're gonna just end the stream. We're gonna go to Discord. We're gonna hash this out. There is one thing I do want to do. We are starting to do roster reviews. We did one last night. We want to do an introduction to that. I know that is part of the agenda, so I'm going to go ahead and play that video, and you guys can see a little bit. This is done by our good friend Finn. Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, the Stroll Droll himself. So let's look at that, and then we'll go ahead and end the stream, and then we're all going to hop in Discord. And I encourage everybody and your mom to come join Discord because we're going to talk about this shit for a while. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get in there and we're going to get deep. So let's look at this new segment, new thing that we're going to be starting on the channel. So this is the intro to what we will be doing for the reviews. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to another Reality Skewed Gamers session, and we are doing a roster review. Tell us a little bit about your roster and some of the things you've been working on.
Okay, well, I've had problems staying focused lately, or not lately, but since I started the game, really.
All right, let's go area by area, who you're working on, okay?
You're farming a lot of different mods. I'm trying to look at your mod list on SWGOH.gg.
Yeah.
Refresh your mods, get those mods, and that's my dang thing. Stupid me move. For characters themselves, so we need to figure out a path, right?
One thing to keep in mind, I don't know how it got to this point, so it kind of varies. I think you realize now, especially when it comes to rating, a good geared 5-star character becomes kind of worthless.
That's another thing I wanted to ask you about too. While we're talking about ships, is I just unlocked High Advance.
You have this team put together right now. What do you see as kind of how you want them to play out early in the game? Your clone sergeant, what is he currently out of 100?
I think he's at like 75.
Okay, I think you're actually. I don't know if that changes your mind, Ranger. He's 75 out of 100 and already 6-star. I would actually just finish your clone sergeant.
Is there any other questions you have, Suasion, for the panel of numbskulls here? Tap and myself and the crew. Thanks for joining us, and we'll check you next time. And we're back. So, all right. So for the roster reviews, we have people lining up that would like to do it. Just make sure that we have a couple things. If you have questions, just get with Finn. He will get specific on what you need for us to actually review your roster live. Well, we don't do it live, but we will review your roster, record it, and then we'll put it on the YouTube page. We're going to do a lot more of those. Just make sure that you have access to some way for us to view your actual characters and things of that nature. I mean, that's just one of the requirements we have. Just have some kind of device where we can upload, share your screen so we can look at what you have, because mainly it's for the mods. Not all the mods show up unless they're equipped on a character.
Kennedy, real quick before it changes. By the way, there is a post on the forums. Nihilus is not getting nerfed.
He is now getting nerfed?
It is not. He is not getting nerfed.
Okay. So
Nihilus's AoE cooldown does not work. Nihilus's AoE cooldown increase will work through tenacity up. That's working as intended.
Okay.
It will not change.
Okay.
That's it. Before we go to Discord.
Yeah, if you got okay, so we're gonna end it. But if you want your roster reviewed, get with Finn. He'll tell you some of the things that we need. Mainly, it's just so we can look at your mods. So you have to have some way for us to share your screen so we can look at the mods. That's Grande's big thing because he is the mod master. With that being said, I'm seeing a lot of questions in Discord and how you or about Discord and how you can get in there. Real easy. There's two ways. Finn just linked it if you're in the live chat right now, and if not, under the description, right under this video, is a link to our Discord. And then if you want to participate in live chat, just have some headphones and a microphone. If you're on your phone, that's fine. Just go into the streamer chat, or the channel that you'll see all a bunch of little icons on there, and you just click in there. Make sure your mic's not muted, and then you can participate as we talk about this. So we're going to do that. We're got a lot to talk about. So we're going to get in there and discuss this. So I encourage everybody to go to the Discord. But we're going to go ahead and end the stream there, and we're going to talk about this some more. So let's get to the ending, and this is where we pimp everybody's stuff. So with that being said, Loki, where can people check you out?
I got a YouTube channel. It's Sir Loki, SIRLOKI, and currently just doing some arena videos. Got a couple of my lightsaber builds there. Actually got Ranger's build on there if you guys want to see how it looked before I sent it out, which is kind of cool. So it's all there, and looking to do, adding more content, but you can kind of tell when I'm busy doing lightsaber building. I don't post videos up much. So, but thank you again for having me on, and it's been an interesting show. It's been fun.
Mm-hmm. Smithy D, pimp your stuff.
Yes, you can find me out on my channel, Smithy D. I'm actually going to have a great video tomorrow.
Bet you are.
I might do it tonight. Stay up late.
Come
I'll
with
probably
me.
do it tomorrow.
Come with me if you want to watch Smithy D's videos.
I'll think of something good. I did the Kylo Ren one and the Newt one. So I've got to think of something that tops that. Before that, I remember I did the Phoenix. If you remember seeing the video with Superman crying, going, no, when they were like getting smashed in the arena. So I'm sure I can pull some.
That was so good. Lois Lane, that scene, that was so good.
They've got the piano music.
All right, Grande, anything you want to pimp? And then being pimped.
Somebody just make sure you donate to Super Chat so that way I can get out of jail.
Yeah, we need the get Grande out of jail fund started. So donate to Super Chat. We do want to thank everybody that did donate to Super Chat tonight.
Absolutely.
And if you want to, and people watching the video, because they've asked, why this is why we set up the other way to donate, is because people wanted to donate, and they were like, well, I can't watch the stream live, so how do I donate? Just go to the YouTube page. There's a button that says support this channel. Click that. It's our PayPal account. It goes right to us, and we can do what we do. So I've had questions about that as well. So if you want to donate that way, that's the way to do it. And then of course, give us a thumbs up. I see we've started to get our own trolls, Smithy D. Someone give us a thumbs down before the video starts. And like I always say, if you want to give us a thumbs down, give us a comment why.
You've got no dislikes anymore, have you?
We got one earlier. I don't know if is it gone? Was that you? Yeah. Was that just you trolling us?
No, well, it's not me. It's probably someone trolling you.
Liar! But you can check us out at we've got our own website. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. You can buy stuff if you like the show and you want to support the channel. That way you can go to Cafe Press and buy merchandise that way. There's lots of ways you can support the channel. But we really appreciate those that donated, and we appreciate everybody being on tonight. But this is far from done. We're getting ready to get in Discord. As I said, the Discord is linked below. All right. If you're not sure, ask somebody. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get in there. But we're all heading to Discord now. I encourage everybody to get over there because we're about to get bombastic on this subject and rock and roll. And I really want to hear people's thoughts because we've got pretty much people from all over the community.
We have people already lined up in Discord ready to talk.
All right. So let's do that. So thanks everybody for supporting the channel, being on tonight. Shout out to everybody. You guys are what makes this channel great. And that's why we love you. So we will see you guys this Saturday. There will be a Jedi Academy this Saturday. I was cutting trees in Birmingham. That's why we couldn't do it this past Saturday. But we will have another Jedi Academy this Saturday with all the people you know and love. So on behalf of myself, Smithy D, Sir Loki, and the government Wi-Fi stealing brown-bearded Gandalf, you're getting a lot of titles, Grande. I'm going to have to create a haiku or something. Then I'll have a Grande, and of course...
It's all right. Now you wear a diaper, so we're all good.
Yeah. And I pee my pants.
That's right.
I'm growing up. And of course, big shout out Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, who does an extraordinary job putting putting this stuff
Oh,
together.
he does way more work than either one of us. So you guys need to make
I
sure-
wouldn't get all crazy about that. I mean, he puts it together and sends it to me. I'm like, wee. No, he does
Okay.
a lot of stuff. So, all right, we're heading to Discord. See you guys there on the
See ya.
flip side.